Hey everybody, hope all is well. Beautiful people, hope you're staying safe. Okay. So, Bougie Auntie, one of my day ones. Happy that you're still here. You set it off. Okay. Bougie Auntie, you set it off. So I did a video about the Atlanta Police Department telling the black community that, hey, we can't raise your kids. Okay? And that's sad, but it's true. Parenting, kids, how they act, how they interact, their behavior, it starts in the home. So, Bougie Auntie, I saw her comment, and whoa, I talked about this before. And in my mind, everybody's different. I see it as a form of child abuse. That's why I say don't carry the seed of poverty deed. And this can happen in single parent home and two parent homes. Mm-hmm. Parents, no one has to be here. They have children and they feel somewhat overwhelmed, and whoever the oldest is, dun, 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 you become parent number three. The mama, the daddy, those parents number one and two. Number three is the oldest. And to be fair, it's not your responsibility. Those aren't your kids. These are your siblings. But yet and still, people get overwhelmed and they're like, oh, this is my house. And that's why so many of them can't wait to get the hell out. And it takes a long, you wonder why they want to stay away? This is why. So, Bougie Auntie says, I swear my mom used me as a live-in nanny. I babysat when I was well, and even when I was sick as a dog. When I went away to college, she tried to talk me out of it and said, I need help with these kids. Talking about my little brother and sister. And when I finally moved out, she tried to bribe me with a new car to stay. Of course, I didn't. A lot of times, parents leave all the responsibility to the oldest child, but they forget they're a child too. Exactly. And really, when she said, I need help with these kids, where's the daddy? She says, when I went away to college, I'm so happy that you went because that's what you wanted to do. But I hate to tell you, some of these parents be bullying these children. I mentioned it before in a prior video about two that I knew had scholarships to Juilliard. One, a scholarship, a relative to Rice University. You ain't going, I need somebody got here to pay these bills. I see it as child abuse. You want to know why? Because you are stifling their youth. The parents are stifling the potential. So I see it as child abuse. You chose to be a parent. This is your doing, your responsibility. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I said it's child abuse. Noir says, yep, some parents do that. Oh, yes, a whole lot of them do it. Exactly. Bujani says, my father was there in the house with us. Still there. What's he doing? I think this is a reason I never wanted kids. And you know what? I've heard that so much. I worked with a man years ago, over 10 years ago, and he said his wife didn't want to have kids. And she came from a large family. And I think it was like maybe seven. And he said he wanted, he didn't come from a large family. He wanted kids. She refused to have children because she was the oldest and she had to help with those seven kids so much. It drains your energy. I hate to say it, it drains your youth. It drains your youth. I see it as bullying. Anybody got a parent trying to bully you? Well, mama, you did this. You need to handle it. Well, he ain't no good, and you knew that when you was laying down with him. Let's not act brand new. Let's not act brand. And as a woman, you know the responsibility is going to be on you. But if this is what happens, and either they don't realize it, or maybe they just don't care. You're stifling a child's potential. You're taking years, their time. You're trying to get somebody to play cleanup after you done messed up. And what I mean by messed up, you're in over your head. The decision that you made, you're in over your head. And you want somebody now to play cleanup after you. Boo. It's not fair. And I consider it child abuse. You are stifling their creativity. You are stifling their potential because of how the decisions that you made. Let these young people live their lives. Like I said, who gets a scholarship? Who gets a chance to go to Juilliard every day of the week? Who gets a scholarship to an Ivy League university? Full scholarship. Parents sometimes are so selfish, and some are so ignorant they don't realize. Let that child live their life, maximize their best potential, their full potential, and maybe in doing so, they can really make something of themselves. Then, when they're in a position to, and if you are deserving, because they don't have to, maybe then they can help you. But see, you are already so small-minded. You just see, get my child a job. Like I told you before, it blows my mind how in the black community, a lot of people in other communities they invest in their kids. You got some women up here sitting up here, and I'm hearing this from young black people. Uh, Baby, black mama, you sitting up here, you want your daughter to not go to school but go to work, a full-time job, and pay you between 600 and 700 a month to stay in a room. You got to be kidding me. When I heard that, I couldn't believe it. 600 to 700 a month. You trying to rent your daughter's room out to her? Are you charging that man that you laying up there with? Are you charging him? And you wonder why kids want to up and leave. Are you charging him? I'm like 600 to 700 a month to stay in the room in your mama's house. That's what she charging us to get out. But I guarantee you she'll have a boyfriend laying up there. He not even paying $3 a month. Got it all backwards. Other people know to invest in their children, and you might get an ROI, return on the investment. But no, 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 no. I know in the BC, the majority try to live off their children, and all they're doing is they're wealth trainers. So, Boujanti, I'm glad you went through the college and that you went ahead and went. Don't let them drain your youth. And this right here, I've heard this before. I think this is the reason I never wanted kids. Yes, because you already saw firsthand all the responsibility, and you're like, oh no, I'm on my own, my life. You don't want to deal with it. I totally agree. The same thing that man's wife said to me. She said, yeah, 7 kids. Never wanted to have kids. That's why. People's Flintstone says, I hate when parents do that. It's not fair to the oldest child. Yes, stealing your youth. That's what they're doing. Each person, individual, your life, that's your time. Now, mama and daddy, they made their decision, and now they're trying to steal somebody else's time. It's unfair. That's why I consider it child abuse. I really do. Bougiani said, Shayla Lewis, I said, at Bougiani, she said, he was a dusty father. Yes. I see her point. I'm glad you moved out and took control of your life. Exactly. But this is what happens. And then think about it. In this economic climate that we're in and that we're going to be facing, oh, it's going to happen more so. It's going to happen more so. Heck yeah. So one night in Paris says, sounds like my experience. And my father was in the home. No, ma'am. You have a whole husband, my father. Child, I couldn't wait to graduate high school and head to college out of state, and you did the right thing, baby doll. Go and live your best life, do you. You can't be tying yourself down because of the decisions that somebody else made. Even if it is your parents. That's your parents. That's their lives. They're quick to tell you this is my house, so guess what? I'm going to need you to handle your house and your kids. This is my house. Well, how about you handle your house and your kids? I totally agree. Move again. It's your life. It's your time. Country girl. She says, coming from the oldest child, I hated being the in-home babysitter. I didn't even like kids. I told my mama she had them, not me. Okay, and she says, continue. She says, and yes, I got knocked up beside me head, but I meant it. It's true. And when you have those conversations with the parents, especially in Pakistan, oh no, you disrespectful. You can't have a conversation. No, you call them out in the bull crap. This is your doing. Now you're trying to use your kid with this child abuse to go ahead and make amends for the mess that you made. And the mess that you made is that you found yourself with a man. It took two you to create it, but now it's all on you. You chose that man, that's your mess. Your man, your choice of man is your mess. And now you want to go ahead and use your oldest child to come clean this up. It's not fair. Again, I consider it child abuse. And country girl done got knocked upside the head, but guess what? What she's saying is true. Bougie auntie says, whoo, I know the feeling all too well. I wanted to say that to her, but I knew I would have my teeth knocked out. Oh, yes. You're not going to tell NBC Black Queen Mama. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. Purple Love says, my mom does not think men can raise kids. Do what the heck does he have sperm for then? He put him here. Child rearing has always been a responsibility placed on women only. When it's actually wrong, both parents need to raise their kids. It's both of their responsibility. You don't skip it. But oh no, when the men check out the oldest one, it's on you. All hands on deck. And then you wonder why some parents try to act brand new as time gets older. The older one starts to realize it and realize, hey, you stole some of my youth. Other kids were going to college, still doing their thing, and here I was cleaning up diapers, going to the laundromat, doing laundry, cooking and cleaning. And then that relationship between that child and the parent is problematic. And then sometimes it ends up being non-existent. The child decides just walk away. I'm done with you. Because you have done damage. You have stolen their time to clean up your mess. Your mess was your man. The man you chose, that was your mess. And had kids by him. And try to act brand new. Well, even Becky too. I don't know what happened. You know darn well what happened, Becky. You know darn well what happened. Try to act brand new. Parents do that. I don't know. I just let kids go through. Oh, no, you know what happened. You made a mess with a man that you met, and you're using your oldest child to go ahead and play clean up your mess. Your life, your time. So, Legend Free says, ladies, I used to believe that when the man was in the home, the children had better childhoods. But I see that's not the case. We need a channel highlighting married single mothers. Exactly. Matter of fact, we'll do another video because I don't know. Something happened today. I'll tell you about this issue here, what I said to a young woman. Because there's no wedding, no womb thing doesn't benefit black women either. And I just told somebody today about getting married. I told a person, I'm just going to be honest with it. I said you a fool. And maybe I shouldn't have. So that'll be a separate video on Simply Said channel. Wow. Rubies and Gold said, yes. She said the eldest female in every culture is expected to be a mini mother. It's so damaging to kids. You don't skip it. Yeah, a mini mother. That's why I've heard of that, like young black girls. So you coming in from school and already, to get to cooking and cleaning. Really? Cooking and cleaning. Because mama carried the seed of poverty, D. And now the responsibility is placed on thee. Not fair. It's your life. It's your time. Then Rubies and Gold says, let's talk about the younger siblings resenting the older sibling because of it. Exactly. Because they're like, oh, you're not my mom. You're not mom. But you're having to act as one. So can we not see the damage that happens in dysfunction, in families of dysfunction? And the seed of poverty D will really bring it. Where is he? Again, the conversation had today got kind of heated. And someone tried to check me, and I said what I said, and I will not retract it. Maybe my filter should have been there, but it wasn't. But I'll tell you about the next video. This is the damage that's done. So now you got the siblings, the younger ones resenting the older ones. Yeah, because you have to understand, too, the oldest one, they didn't ask for it. They were placed in that position. Mama's man was her mess. Now the older one, you got to come help clean it up with responsibility. So I guess I want to ask about Bougie about the dad, and she said he was working and doing whatever else he wanted to do If you know what I mean. Oh yeah, I bet he was probably getting around. But was he raising his kids? Was he in the home raising his kids, doing what he wants to do? I can imagine. Jackson Ernie said, "You are damned right. All the pressure has and is being forced on the women and too many in a community. This is cross racial, cross financial, and sometimes cross global location reality. Yes, all on the women. Hence my convo today on this Memorial Day. When I said about getting married, I just came out with it and said, you are a fool. The math ain't mathing up. Mm-mm. So Community Solutions Pro One said, exact same situation here. My family is bitter that I didn't stay in the lives of messed up because you did the right thing. But see, understand too, parents have a lot of weight on children. Guilt trip. I need some help. Maybe you needed some birth control or know how to pick the right man or no man, because that's what got you pregnant, and that's what it does. Can't afford to go blossom and grow and learn that there's a whole new world out there, different cultures, different experiences, get knowledge. You left, and then people get stuck. And I hate to tell you, you know one thing that happens to women? Bitter. Some women have never gotten a chance to be uh, themselves. They don't even know who the hell you are. Raised up, mama done messed up. Mama's man was her mess. Now the oldest child got to help raising. If you're a female, that's on you. Then you want to get away from home. Might have married the first thing you saw, or you became a baby mama, a single parent, the same thing. Now you own that responsibility. So you have that responsibility at home. You get pregnant. Now the same responsibility is on you, and you're single and struggling and having to make it on that hamster wheel. And then you get older, and you start to kind of get on your own, and you start to kind of look around, and you notice things, and everything that mama taught you, you realize it was more to it than that, and you fed into it because the influence of your mother and the dad, either there physically sometimes doesn't mean he's really there. Men can check out too. Then you start to get older, get a little wiser, and that resentment starts to get in. And hence, you might become an angry black woman. You realize, all my youth I've been told this, and I did it this way. And you realize you did it this way because that's what you were taught. Now you want to do it your way, and you're thinking it might be too late because you're on that hamster wheel. So that's why I say, I think it's child abuse. I think it is child abuse. Rubens and Gold said of Jackson Ernie in the classic Mexican movie Como Agua para Chocolate, like water for chocolate. Tita, being the youngest child, was allowed to marry, but had to take care of her mother until her mother's death. But her sisters were allowed to marry and left. Tita ended up putting all her emotions into food, like many single women caretakers, and ended up overweight and sickly. And then went holler, "Oh, well, you ain't good enough. Look at you. You done got yourself fat. You don't let yourself go. You don't let yourself go. You need to go work out." Mm-mm. That's why I say it's child abuse. It's like a trap. It's like a darn trap. Emotional eating. Why? Something else is wrong. And you know in this group, you sure can't go get some therapy. Or they don't, you must be crazy. Seriously. Overweight women is some reason behind it, especially in the BC. And then you're not valued. And I hate to say it, I hate to say this. Some mothers, some of them will say mean things to girls, and all races. They'll say mean things to girls. That's to keep you down. Uh-huh. Keep you down and keep you around. So you'll think that don't no man want you. You just need to stay home and work and help me. Some mothers do this. Then they try to act brand new when those other kids ain't dealing with you. They will. Some mothers, they want their daughters to have low self-esteem because they need to eat off you. They lean on you to know what to do without you. They need you, just like a Dusty. Mammies will do it. Mammies want a back daughter with low self-esteem. Just go get a job and work, because you know to do that. And just stay here and just help her. Just a man taking interest in you, Girl, he ain't no good, just gonna use you. I hate to say it, some mothers are doing that. They are that selfish. And I know in the BC you can't say that. We gotta come with, oh, always was a black queen mama. Not every black mama was a black queen. But some mothers will do that. They want their daughters to have low self-esteem so they can use you because they need you. And it is a very selfish act. And all I can say, boy, when those daughters wake up and they realize what's going on, then you wonder why the relationship, it might just come to a total end. And then they try to act, I don't know what happened. You know darn well what happened. You used your daughter and she finally woke the hell up. Then you look up to 35 and 40 and they're angry and bitter and then they don't want to deal with you. I wonder why. So this here, the video I did about the Atlanta police saying, oh, we can't raise your kids. I got a better one for you. Parents, guess what? Again, Boujana, you set it off. But seriously, parents, guess what? The police can't raise your kid, and guess what? Neither can your oldest child. It's your responsibility. Men, if you don't want to be a parent, hell, zip up or get cut up. Hint, hint, wink, wink, vasectomy. Ladies, if you don't want to be a mom, guess what? Don't get pregnant. It's real simple. But just like the police said they can't raise your kids, neither can your oldest child. Because why? Like Bougie Auntie said, you seem to forget. The one you're relying on, they're a child too. So when I see these kind of things going on, I consider it child abuse. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And be safe out there. I'm out.